Hello, my name is Gibson Frazier, and I'm very excited because since you're watching this, that means that you're interested in finding out a little bit more about the films that we're putting together through Kickstarter. Now, I'll talk a little bit about the films that we've done, a little bit about the films that we'd like to do, and a little bit about Kickstarter and the process of putting these films together. The first film we did was called Yellow, and it is inspired by my trip to Pamplona, Spain. Instead of running with the bulls on the cobblestone streets of Pamplona, our hero Felix is running through the cobblestone streets of Soho, being chased by New York City taxicabs. The face was the most recent one that we just completed, and that is about a famous clown who is known for making faces, so much so that his fans are almost territorial about him and his faces, and they demand him to make faces whenever they want. The inspiration for the film came when I had just done a play called The Telephone Play with the Foundry Theater at the Cherry Lane off Broadway, and I was getting all kinds of response about my wonderful facial expressions. The only problem was I wasn't aware that I was actually making any. And so, naturally, I just sort of came to the idea, well, what happens if a guy was just known for making facial expressions and wanted to get out from under that? The next two films in the series that we're going to do, hopefully with the Kickstarter support, one is The Tryout. It is about baseball. Felix, poor sad sack that he is mistaken for his much more athletic next-door neighbor, and is asked to try out for the Major League Baseball team of New York City, the New York Clippers. It's sort of reminiscent of the Bugs Bunny cartoon Baseball Bugs. The opposing team, the Gas House Gorillas, I think they were called, big burly men versus this tiny little Felix. And then in November or December 2010, we'll be shooting Felix the Painter. In that movie, Felix will be a very bohemian artist, freezing in his artist studio, so poor that he can't afford a model, that he has to use his pet dog. And he runs around the city trying to show his paintings to this very famous art dealer in hopes that he will represent him. Kickstarter is the perfect way to bring these movies to fruition. With Kickstarter, we're not worried now about having to sell these films to make a profit. We're selling the films on the front end so that we have the money to make them and make them the way we want to make them and the way they should be made. And what's even better is that now all of you supporters are actually the owners of the movie in a certain way. You guys are responsible for it. So you then take these films and you get to say, look at what I did, look at what we did. And pretty soon, come 6, 7, 8, we'll have a body of work that hopefully hundreds or even thousands of people are responsible for. Look, if 1,000 people watch this video and everybody chips in $10, we've got our money. Now, I know that's not possible. Some people have more than $10 to give, and some people can't give anything. Either way, it's fine. If you can give money, we'd love your support. If you can't, that's totally great. I appreciate you even just watching this. Either way, if you like what you're seeing and you think this is interesting, pass it around. Send the link to other people. This is the kind of stuff that I think is going to be the future of creativity. Rather than a bunch of people paying for something and trying to make a profit on it, or paying for something and saying, here, buy this. Instead, we're saying, hey, what excites you? What inspires you? That's what we're doing. Help us out, and then we can all enjoy the fruits of the labor. So I thank you for your time. I appreciate your support. And let's go make some movies.